Welcome back to Inside Boxing Brain. We're back for another video and thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video and drop me a comment in the comment section below as well. Let's pull this a bit closer. Right, so today's video is all about Kiko Martinez versus Jordan Gill. Reaction to the fight. It happened tonight. And boy oh boy was it a good fight. So let's just cut straight to the chase, right? Having watched that fight, something just stood out to me and it made me feel really suspicious about Kiko Martinez. He's like 37 years old, flyweight, and the way this guy fights, he's still fighting like he's fresh and young. And I don't know, with all the drug hype and all this speculation of drug abuse in the game at the moment, I don't want to cast shadow of doubt upon his victory, but it kind of made me think, is there something suspicious going on there? Just the way he stopped him with that shot, it was, oof. And David Caldwell had to step up to the ring. Okay, let's rewind it back, let's talk through the fight. So, as the fight started, round one, you could tell that both fighters were being quite cagey with one another. Jordan's got a really good jab and he was flicking this jab out and using his pivoting movement to pivot off to the side really well. But you could see that every time he was flicking this jab out to try and get it in Kiko's face, Kiko was just doing his little bobbing movement. He was just bobbing and weaving, bobbing and weaving. And you could see that Kiko Martinez was trying to time Jordan. He was being more of a counter puncher in this, even though he was trying to press the pressure with his front foot. He wasn't necessarily always trying to get off first with big punches. He was being quite reactive to Jordan's punches. So when Jordan would fire out a jab, he was trying to come over the top with a hook. So I have to say that both men did obviously put 100% into this, because if you look at the state of Jordan's face at the end of the fight, he was battered. His nose was like flat almost. It was strange to watch, but hats off to Kiko. Great performance. He's now the European featherweight champion. He had some spectacular wins against Kid Galahad. That was a great victory. He actually knocked him out with quite a big shot, and that was a devastating loss for Kid Galahad. But it just goes to show that Galahad was at the wrong weight. Even though when he's come back, he's been struggling as well. But, you know, that's a different video. But Kiko, I have to say, he's coming into his Indian summer in his career now. 36-year-old Spaniard. You know, he has held the world championship for a period of time. But he's never really had that run of fights that would make you think, oh, this guy is a legend in the game. Or not even legend in the game. You know, just to consider him as one of the top tier featherweights of the last, 10 years, you'd have to see a little bit more from him in terms of the calibre of opponents that he's fought. Yeah, he has got that knockout power, and boy does he like to throw them punches. But it's all about who you're in the ring with. And, you know, his fight against Kid Galahad, his fight against Josh Warrington, yeah, they were competitive fights, but I want to see rematches in both of them. And I want to see how he gets on again against Kid Galahad at a higher weight division. Because they really boiled Kid Galahad down. There was literally no body fat on him at all for that fight. And when he took that punch, it just rocked him straight into his body, into his spine. And that's it. The connection between his brain and his legs was gone. And he was flat on his back. So I do rate Kiko. I think he's got a good fighting style. I like to see him get on the inside and really start working them punches. But one thing that did make me a little bit suspicious about him is that his pace didn't seem to slow at any point during the fight. And whether you're a world-class elite fighter or not, you are going to get tired within a fight. It doesn't matter how good your cardio and stamina is, What affects you in a fight is the fact that you've got a big crowd there, you're feeding off them, your adrenaline, you've got this energy dump that occurs when you get into the ring, and that initial, you know, adrenaline wears off. So you know, for someone like Kiko at his age as well, I was expecting him to get tired, but he just didn't, and it made me think, is this guy on like some next level pre-workout or something that's just kept his energy high this entire time? But, you know, I'm sure there's probably VADA testing for this fight, especially given that it's an Eddie Hearn Matchroom card, and with all the bullshit that's been going on with Matchroom Sports, and especially with Eddie Hearn, you'd think that he's going to be on top of that. But it was a great fight. I have to say, Kiko Martinez goes on now, potentially to challenge for the Featherweight World Championship. You know, the fight is currently on YouTube now. I'd recommend going watching it. It is a good fight. Jordan Gill puts up a great performance, and you know, he went out on his shield and he didn't go out on his back. He went out on his feet. He was saved by Dave Colwell, who basically threw in the towel and was like, nah, you need to get my man out of the ring, because he was taking some big shots. The way it actually ended is Jordan was kind of pivoting to come away from a shot, and Kiko threw it over and just caught him with this shot that went over the top. It looped, and that was it. It was all she wrote. And yeah, he jumped up straight away and he was quick to like walk it off, and he was like, you know, showing that he had energy, but you could tell that he'd run out of ideas at that point. Just a short video today, guys. I'm going to be back on a little bit later because it's a late one for tonight for me. I don't know if you can see the clock there, but it's actually 1:25 in the morning here in the UK. I think Jake Paul is getting into the ring for around about 3 AM. So I'm going to try stay awake for that fight, watch it live, and maybe do a reaction video straight after the fight. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and drop me a comment below as well in terms of how you think this Kiko Martinez fight went, and whether or not you think he's fully clean or whether or not you think he's on the juice. Guys, it's Harry from Inside Boxing Brain, and yes, you guessed right, we're going to be back for another video very, very soon. Peace.